Hello, I'm the Virgo Queen, here to awaken the divine consciousness. I do Mother Peace Tarot and Life Purpose astrological readings. And this weekly weather forecast is for the collective consciousness from March 6th to March 12th, 2017. When I first look at a reading, I look at the heart of the matter. And the first card is the significator. And for this week, it's reverse 5 of Wands. And so 5 is about conflict, and Wands is our fire, our intuition, our passion. And because it's reversed, it's actually showing that we are moving away from the struggle. Since Venus has gone retrograde this past weekend, we have been feeling this inner conflict of who we want to be and who we are today. And what relationships and resources we can access in our life and which ones are no longer serving us. And so this is going to be a process. So we are just at the beginning. And the Venus retrograde lasts until April 15th, but doesn't actually go direct until the first few weeks of May. So what this means is that this is the time to really look at what's working in your life, both in your relationship to yourself. So Venus is ruled by Taurus and Libra. And Taurus is this abundant energy where it is the loyal worker, the dedicated friend. Libra is all about relationships, the balancing, and the harmonizing. And Taurus energy really likes to call in its resources and knows how to like the finer things in life. So the well-made and the natural products. So we're getting back to our natural magic. In the atmosphere, we have 8 of Swords. So all this conflict, or moving away from this conflict, is moving us into a new perspective. That we are changing the way we are in relation to our thoughts and our physical world. And our passion and our intuition. So instead of what the collective consciousness is telling you, we are trying to get deeper to our own personal knowing. And so this 8 of Swords is asking us to change perspective, to know that we no longer have to fight or go against an old conditioning or the old paradigm, that we can open up to the new possibilities in which we want to exist. And in the cross current, we have reverse Shaman of Discs. So this analysis that we are giving ourselves, this new territory in which we are walking, brings up conditions and patterns of insecurity. Perhaps we felt like we haven't had a good role model to show us how to actually make our manifestations become real, or know how to really do well and be a success in business and in our ventures. And so our older masculine energy is really wanting us to call in resources, perhaps from the divine, perhaps from our community, or the inner resources that we constantly have access to. So this inner world that's going on, the inner is the heart of the matter. So it means our inner world, how we truly experience the self. And then when we go out of the heart, then this is how the rest of the world reflects our inner world. So in our root, we have Judgment card. So the fact that we have this inner struggle and we're looking and trying to bring in these new thought forms, calling in these new resources, and perhaps maybe feeling insecure, yet here we are standing on Judgment, a powerful major arcana card showing that we are allowing the higher self to give and walk with us. that we have access to that source energy. And what that means is that instead of listening to the rational mind, we're going to be listening to our higher mind. And how you can tell the difference is the reality in which they want you to live. So if we start judging how we think the plan should happen, how we have always worked, or how we have always wanted to become a specific person or title, that when we have judgments about ourselves being capable of that, or others have judgments of ourselves, that we need to let go of those. That we need to trust that the path that we are walking is in alignment with our higher self. And that's ultimately where judgment comes in. That when we remove judgment from others and from ourselves, and that we also don't judge others, then we can truly walk our path. Because in the sky we have 3 of cups. So at least our thoughts, our mental plane is in this mode of celebration, that we can use our resources to enjoy our life, that we can make connections with community and with peers, and that we can gather together and share ideas. This is a time of co-creating. March and also about doing it on your own anymore. You are no longer alone. And so we really need to call in those places and really just ask for guidance and receive the gift of loving. In the recent past, we had Ace of Discs. So this was a gift or a manifestation that came in. Perhaps it was money, new job opportunities, a new baby, all sorts of things can be gifts. And so this gift has led us into a different way of accessing resources this week. In our self-concept, we have 4 of discs. So this is showing that we need time in our sacred space, that we need to keep that inward wisdom and not let the outer world have influence on how we need to act and be and choose our life path. That we really need to listen. And in order to listen, well, we need the space for it. So go in your room, go into meditation, go out into the forest, and just allow the 4 directions to protect you and give you this container in which you feel that you can open up to the bigger cosmos of the self and receive those messages that are really coming from within. In the hopes and fears, we have 9 of cups. This is the wishing card. We are hoping that a big wish is going to come true. This weekend is a full moon in Virgo, and so a lot of times that is when completions come and gifts and timing of gratitude. We also have a lot of little Uranus unexpected surprises coming this week. So the thing with Uranus is that it's either good or, well, not. But remember that whatever gifts that do not come from a place of what you really wanted, it's going to come from a place that is really needed. In the future, we have reverse sun. So whatever that wish was, I think it's going to be a good thing. Because this reverse sun shows that the dark night of the soul is over, that this turmoil, that all these things that are going on was worth it, and that we get to finally be in time of celebration. Again, this full moon in Virgo, whatever we started on September 1st, 2016, is when the completion of that is coming forth. And so think back. What was it that you were starting? What was your intention? How far have you gotten? And give thanks for that. Celebrate life. Celebrate who you are. Virgo loves to be in alignment. with their divine selves, in alignment with their right path and right life. So look at perhaps how you've gotten out of balance. And by this weekend, I promise you that you will have balance restored. In the house, we have 10 of Swords. So this shows that we're moving away from the illusion. And you know, the biggest illusion of all is the feelings of not being loved, is the feelings of betrayal. That all of these are past conditions. And if you've been choosing a life worth living, that those are just old patterns in the psyche, in the cells, and that those too can be healed. And there's so many things that we can do to honor that process, but so much we have fear of this idea of what is illusion and what is real. And how you know what's real is what is exactly in front of you and what feels good to you. And that's why we have this Venus retrograde to let go of the things that just don't feel good anymore. So we can wake up and feel alive and vibrant and connected to our full potential in our everyday life. Yet in the outcome, we have the Devil. So, with all this new energy, this breaking away from the paradigm and moving forward, we have this International Women's Day on the 8th. And so when we finally claim our power and we get back into alignment, there ceased to be another test. There ceased to awaken the shadow self that the ego is not ready to let go of. So whatever old habits, old relationships, old things that come up that you feel that have some sort of power over you, they don't. And set them free. For the Devil is all the parts, those tender, loving parts that have not experienced love. There's this old story that the Devil actually worshipped God, and that the Devil was the God's #1 fan, that he loved him the most out of anybody. But God refused his love and set him down underneath the world. And so what does that mean? It means that the Devil is an energy without love, without a godly presence. And as we ourselves, our own creators, the things that we push away, that we refuse to give love to, is what becomes our shadow, what becomes the Devil. So connect with the things that you don't want to love. Because at the end of the day, even the shadow and the addictions and all the scary things in the psyche, as much as it's not about acceptance, it is about love and forgiveness. Because perhaps if we send enough love out there, that the shadow can become colorful again, that it can remember its true essence again, and that when we dance with the shadow, we are merely dancing with the colors of life. I hope this helps. Have an amazing week. And if you'd like a one-on-one or personal reading, contact me at www.innerdoorways.com. Have a beautiful day.